Well, hello and welcome to the Coaching Center podcast. I am Dr. Julio C. Caba, and I am here with the great Natalyn Hill. How are you, Natalyn?
It is well, it is well, it is well. I so thank you for having me be a part of this podcast on today. I'm excited.
Yes. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right. My name is Natalyn Hill. I am an ordained pastor. I have a organization that is called Restoration Hope Global Ministries. We do quite a bit of outreach work. I've done some work over in Haiti. We have gotten clean water over in Haiti. It's called Mobile Crochet. That we have been in servicing that village for many years. Our organization started in 2011, and I am just excited about the work that I have been assigned to do. I do outreach at the prison ministry. We have a prison ministry as well. We go to Central Florida Receptionist Center here in Orlando, and we go twice a month to minister to the inmates in word and deed. We supply Bibles, literature, greeting cards, toiletries. So we've been doing a great work. We've had that ministry for about the last 5 or 6 years. We've been ministering to the inmates in that facility. Yes.
So I have a question. So when do you have time to be a person? That's like a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff, but what it do for me, where I'm lack or feeling a lacking, I serve, and it brings such a gratitude and happiness for me. It's like fulfilling a void that I don't have. So it's okay, because in the end, most times I get the rest that I need in order to pull back and restore, renew, replenish myself. He always allowed time for that.
Definitely. So tell me first about the work with your ministries. Right. So you're saying you go to the jails? Is that what?
Yeah, it's a holding like facility for inmates that's being processed in. It's called Central Florida Receptionist Center here in Orlando.
Wow, that's
Yes,
beautiful because
it
they
is
need it, right?
beautiful. It is so beautiful. We were just there Tuesday, because I go twice a month. Had about 100 inmates that the Lord had us to minister to. They were thirsty. They were looking for a word. They were looking to be edified and to be built up. They got such gratification out of it. They really, it's a great need, because they're often forsaken, and the word of God says in Matthew 25 and 35, did I visit the prison? Did I feed the hungry? Did I clothe the poor? Did I do those things? So that's the mandate and the call on my life, to serve. It actually started out as with me going in and counseling one inmate.
Oh, because you're a counselor too, right? You're a counselor too. So okay. So and how did that lead to this? Like
That's how it led to that. I had a friend that had a son in that facility, and she lives in Safety Harbor, and she said, "Are you able to go in and visit my son?" I was able to go in and minister to him for almost 2 years. I did. Since then, he's been released, and he is doing a new thing, and God is doing a new thing. He's good. He's out. He got a job. He got grandchildren. He got a family. Amazing.
like the statistics show, right, that they when someone goes into the system, they usually come back. What do you think they need? Like in this example, he didn't go back. So
He did not go back.
what do you think they need when they come out?
They really need resources so they don't go back in. There's some things that need to be in place as it relates to management of anger, managing finances, resources in place to get them housing. We already know that there is already a housing crisis for folks on the outside. So you can imagine what they go through when they're being processed back into the society. So we want to make sure that they have some of the tools that they need to be able to process back in a more healthier mindset.
So yeah, all of this mounted up on them, trying to start all over. Usually, it could lead back. So mental health is a big part of it. You think?
It's a big part of it. Mental health is a big part of it, and I'm just grateful to be affiliated with Change.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you're a powerful counselor here. So
Yes.
how did your counseling work start? Did it all start at the same time, or what started first?
No, let me tell you something. I was in business. I was an entrepreneur myself for 25 years, and I own a hair salon. And I ministered to the women that came in my chair. They were getting counseling. They were getting their hair done. I was doing eyebrows and facials, etc. I said, now y'all getting 2 for 1.
So,
Y'all getting the mental peace, and you getting your hair done.
so you heard everything there. I'm pretty
I
sure.
heard everything. And the most important piece of it, it didn't go anywhere. They found a safe place in me. And that made all the difference in the world. That's how this mental health counseling really ignited in my spirit. I decided to go back to school and get my bachelor's in theology, and also on to Liberty University to get my master's in mental health counseling. I got my degree in 2015. I said to myself, I don't want to write another paper. I ain't doing this. But God had another plan for me. He did. And the pandemic hit. And I said, I need to
You
go
gotta get into
my
it.
internship.
And that's where you are now.
And that's where I am now.
And you're doing great. But
Thank you so
so you're
much.
saying like the safe place in mental health, that is the thing, right? Giving people a safe place, somewhere they could come and let go. That's what you were doing in the salon, right?
Absolutely.
So that led you to go, hey, I'm doing it anyway.
That's
I'm
right.
doing counseling.
Well, I get paid for both of them.
That's right. That is awesome. So, okay, so how's your non-for-profit going? Like, you have a non-for-profit as well.
I do have my non-for-profit, and as a matter of fact, this Tuesday, I just promised them that I'm going to get 300 Bibles. And I'm excited if we're soliciting for those donations to get those Bibles, because I made a promise. I never like to go into minister to him without word and deeds.
Yes, yeah.
It makes a big difference. I hate to even give her a Christmas card with nothing in it.
Yeah, especially in their situation.
Yes,
They're not
so-
getting that attention. They're not getting so you're trying to get donations to get the Bibles.
Yes.
What do you need? How much is the
Yes,
donation?
Yes, I really have not priced them as of yet, but I do want to supply those. It was so funny after I got through ministering to one of the inmates came up and asked me, do I have any Bibles on hand? And I couldn't fulfill that need, but last year I did supply toiletries, greeting cards, Bibles. So, this is a new year and God is doing a new thing. So I'm not really sure of what I need, but I know to sustain, because our ministry it was created in 2011. I've been doing this since 2000. It's a very long time. And the thing of it is, God has kept us for such a time as this. So we still do what we need to do according to the assignment that I've been called to do.
Well, we'll donate $100 right now. I'll tell you that. So I'll give that to you. I don't know if that helps, but
It's all 501c3 ministry, and it's all tax deductible. Of course.
so yeah, you can count on that. Right after this, I'll give you the check.
Let me just
Quickly give you our website, if that's okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna put yes. You have to share it, please.
It's Restoration Hope Global Ministries. Okay.
.com is or
.com.
.com. Got it. Yes, please go there and support the cause because she is doing some great things for people and they need it. It's, I watch, sometimes I feel guilty. I watch the shows, like the jail shows, and I'm like, you shouldn't be. I know they did something wrong, but they still need the support because if not, they're going to come right back there, right? And which is what's happening a lot of. So it's great that you're doing that for people. So what do you think is the most important part right now about what you're doing? Like, what is the most important part about helping?
The most important part is being present because a lot of times they are forgotten. There are organizations that is going in, but it's such a global problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying everyone committed a crime.
Yeah, you don't
Not
know.
everybody.
Not
You just
everybody.
never know. You never know. It could have been something very minute, and they getting 10, 20, 30 years for something that is really minute.
And it's happening a lot.
And it's happening a lot, and it has been, So my heart is to put some things in place eventually that they will have the resources that they need in order to transition back into the society, that they will have the resources that they need so they don't go back. A lot of times they lose hope when they get out because those resources aren't in place. And they know that I can commit another crime, go back.
And at least I'll have, either I go to prison or I make the money to handle this because it's hard for them to even get jobs. It's very hard. So there's a lot of like reform going on now with, I don't know if you've heard, like a lot of reform with the jails. That what reform? Like if you were a lawmaker right now, what do you think, what's something you would do in the law to change this?
And I think they're working on this now because a lot of inmates have a lot of time for possessing marijuana.
Got it. So for that small, like you said, the small crimes, they're getting like this big, actually.
Yeah.
And they are. That's, I think, what I'm talking about. That's the reform.
And yes, that definitely, really touched my heart in a big way. I mean, these are inmates that are so smart and brilliant, and they're full of the word. They know that Bible inside and out, and I tell them to encourage them that they are the catalyst for such a time as this for their family. They can come out and minister to their families and really encourage them because they have the experience on what it looks like to be locked up. So I just edify and build up wherever I can and let them know that it's not, hope, don't lose hope. Sometimes he'll set us apart in order to get our ear.
I like that.
To get our ear. Because sometimes in the society it can be so noisy. Everything is in their ear. So I just encourage them to really get what they need while they're there in order to come out and be a blessing to their families.
Yeah, that's actually really powerful. And touching back on the time and the reform that they're doing for like smoking for smoking. That's what they're. Do you think some of that is because of mental health issues? Because I everybody knows I had a time in my life where I suffered from abuse of narcotics, right? And I didn't know, but that's what it was. I was self-medicating myself because I couldn't get the treatment that I wanted. Once I got into mental health, once I saw counselors like you, it all stopped. So what in mental health, what do you think is needed in our community right now to avoid this, right? To avoid all this stuff.
Of course. And thank you for being so transparent. And your testimony is so powerful. And a lot of times these are people that grew up in families that did not know how to address these issues. So it ported over from childhood to adulthood. They've never been resolved. So you have to go back and go to the root of what's causing the problem in order to dwell deep, And a lot of times, even in ministry or in church settings, we have pastors, and I'm an ordained pastor. I don't have a church, but I have my ministry a lot of times they're not equipped to deal with the deeper things that folks are dealing with mentally. They can always go in from a spiritual perspective to try to resolve some of the issues that they're dealing with. But unless you have the secular part of the mental health counseling piece along with the spiritual perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's not that I'm so holy than thou, because we all sin and fall short of God's glory. You know, but we have to be very careful to be able to discern our audience and know when we can apply those gifts.
I like that. So yeah, actually that leads me to a question, because so you're a pastor and you're a mental health counselor. So you're spiritual and science, right? Mental health counseling is science. So is that difficult for you to put them together to be both at the same time, or how?
It does not. It does not. It's not difficult at all, because I know how to disciple the two. I know how to discern where I can use those gifts at. You know, and I always be very careful to ask for guidance before I go into any session with people. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody serves their own God.
It's all different.
You know, it's all different. So I want to allow people to be who they are. And I can journey along to who they are and where they are in their spiritual walk, whether they got it or they don't have it.
That's right.
This is a no judgment zone here.
I love it. Okay, I love it. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, but actually, I never even thought about that as a consumer of counseling, because I'm not a counselor. I never thought about that. Like, how do you guys deal with the different like belief systems, right? Because some people are Christian, some are not. How do you, if you're yourself Christian or Catholic, how do you deal with? But you just answer that. You go with them. No judgment, understanding. That's really good. Okay, I love to hear that. So it's cool. So you're a spiritual guy and a mental guy in science. I think it's wonderful to merge those two things together, and that you know how to do it is really, really cool. So what else? Tell me what else you do, because you do. I mean, if you do anything else, you don't have time to breathe.
Well, he's definitely prepared me for this journey. You know what I'm saying? All the trials and tribulations that I've had to go through has prepared me for such a time as this. So all those experiences that I did not take them lightly. And I was able to let it manifest to where and who I am today, to be able to utilize those tools for now.
Got it. And I know you now for a little bit, and I'm going to tell you, I'm very proud of you as a person, because it's like you said, you went and got your license and you're working on it now. You're working on it hard, and it's just you're starting a whole new life now. So you should be very proud of yourself for it, because it's hard to do. It's hard to like switch gears, a new career, but you're doing it with no problem too.
I tell you, I was doing it. I'm telling you, them sisters was getting behind the chair for free.
I wonder what you would hear. I imagine what you would hear. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
just let me just say this. I am just so grateful for the opportunities that you guys have given me, you and Carolina. It has been a huge for me.
No, it's
You
opportunity for us to have
I
it.
do really appreciate it, and I don't take it lightly. And I'm here for a reason, and that is to serve the community, whether it's for mental health counseling, whether it's for the support of ministries that we have. You know, you do coaching. I am a certified life coach as well.
Another thing?
Yeah. Prepare for such a time as this.
Yes.
You know, so I just continue to walk in my assignment and try to get clarity on where he would have me to go and be in this next season.
So you're listening to your energy right now, the energy of the Lord, and you're letting that lead you, and that's beautiful.
It's important. And let me just tell you something. I don't always get it right.
Well, none of us do, right? None of us do. So it's great that you admit it. So anything else you would like to share with the ministries or counseling? Anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Yes, just one little quick thing. I have a girlfriend that is doing some work over in Ghana in Africa, and she's embarking on a water well that she's trying to build as well. So we're in collaboration with her ministry as well. She already have a village over there that she has been supporting for years. I mean, she has out of, you know, supplied computers, has bought books, and amazing she is doing. Her name is Pamela Stevens. You'll get a chance to meet her. I don't know if she's in Africa right now. I meant to, and she may be. She goes over 2 or 3 times a year. So we're in collaboration with her, and more details to come on that.
Wow, supplying water.
Yes, it's amazing. And that was what was going on in the village that I was working with over in Haiti, Mobin Crochet. We were right about to build the well, finishing off in the pandemic help.
It hit. So okay, I see. So you started the work. You guys were there, and then. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we did get a water filtration through in order to get some clean water. So that was already done before the actual well was done. But it's such a great need. I tell you, if we're having a problem with water in the United States, and the word says charity starts at home. We got it happening in Michigan. I don't know if it's Alabama or Mississippi that they're having issues too. But clean water is a big, big deal today.
Yeah, we get used to it, and it is. There's places, right? Like you see in Flint, there's places where clean water is not like a normal as we right now here feel it is. So that does have to change. But the fact that you did that in Haiti. Yes, so how does that feel because water is life, right? Water is life. And even some believe God is within that water. So how does it feel that you gave that to someone? Because you with the filtration.
It is absolutely amazing to be able to go and see the need that, that is so great that folks cannot get clean water.
It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way. It should. And I know there is quite a few issues ongoing over there now. I wouldn't dare take that trip at this time. But I do have a village and a gentleman that I work with.
So you work through? Okay.
Yeah, he's affiliated with the Catholic Church.
Got it.
So, and there's no boundaries on religion.
Got it. And how hard is it to help bring that water there? What does it take, or how can people?
We have to contract someone there to dig the wells, and if it's in the mountain, it's more harder to get to because it's very, very rocky there. So you got to make sure you have the right person or company
that knows what they're doing.
Yes, it's all kinds of things that come into just getting it prepared to drill.
You should send me over there. I'm not a good, but I'll learn. I'll go over there.
Julio, you're doing such a great job in what you do. We can't afford to lose you. But there is reputable organizations that you can support that is doing a great work.
Do you know one? Like which one? Pam?
Yeah,
right?
Pam is getting ready to do her waterware, and I'll give you the information on that. I did not write that down.
Yeah, please. So we can put that on there because it's important.
I certainly will.
It's vital. Without it, without water, we're gone. So, and in counseling, how are you doing with counseling? You liking it? Yeah. Why do you like it so much?
I love it because I'm concerned about people's mental health. In this season right now that we're in survivor mode. To be locked down for a couple of years, folks went through it with their mental health. Being isolated for that long and not having the human touch.
It did something.
It did something to relationships. And the big thing is relationships.
That's everything, right?
It's everything.
It's everything. And a lot of folks are just really, like I say, in survival mode and trying to, survive. And, coming out of the gate after lockdown like that has put a lot of people's mental health in jeopardy.
So you see the difference from before and after the lockdown?
Oh, of course. It's amazing. It's amazing because after you have dealt with just yourself for so long, you know what I'm saying? You lock down just you and you. You know, there are some issues that comes with that
you weren't thinking
because
about
you're in your head so much. So it's always critical to be able to have a place that is safe to unload that. You know, folks are looking for a safe place to share.
And so that's what happened. You faced yourself. We faced ourselves for like, what was it, a year we were on that lockdown stuff almost, or 6 months? I don't know, but it felt like forever. But yeah, you have to face yourself. You're right. It's like what you're saying, and now you don't have your friends around you, you don't have your family around you. It's you and you. It's like you said. So you have to like now you're facing that trauma from back there, and it's going, hello, remember me? I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. And so yeah, so there is a difference, and we all see it, right? When we walk in, we see some people that are angry, and you got to give them time because maybe you don't know what they went through with all this. Yeah, so. Well, it was a pleasure. Go ahead and say all your website. Well, you can find her in our website at www.changemfcr.com if you want her counseling services. She is great. Everybody that comes from her loves her. So if you need her counseling service, but for her ministry, if you could give your website again.
Yeah, my website is www.restorationhopeministries.com.
Woo! And that's powerful. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. Do you have anything else you want to share before we go?
Certainly, but just thank you for the opportunity to
anytime.
be able to
It's a
share.
pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yes,
anything done with you is a pleasure here. We love you here. Keep doing what you're doing because you're definitely empowering people and you're making a difference. We see it every day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Such a pleasure.